I did this cool like 3D mesh number animation thing. Um, just want to share it with y'all, kind of show you how to put it together. Maybe you can recreate it, make it better. Um, if so, just do a video response, put it in the comments, however. I'd like to see. Um, I rendered this video out. I used the draft, the ray trace draft, and it didn't really come out that well. I'm gonna render it out again and probably put it in the comments or something. Um, but it's got like a weird staticky thing going through the middle, so just ignore that. So there's, you can see the numbers, letters. Kind of like Black Ops, the numbers. Maybe you can see them, maybe you can't. Hold on, stop on it. See them? Oh. See the numbers? Just a pretty cool, texture, however you want, material, whatever. Okay, so let's go to Photoshop. Exit out of this. Okay, first of all, just take the timeline off. Okay, start with this background. I'll kind of show you how I did that. And bear with me because I don't know all the hotkeys and all that. I'm really not that technical yet. Get your gradient, fill it with gradient. Oh, no, don't need nothing on there yet. Where's the... Hold on. Layer. Fill layer gradient. Okay. And to a standard gradient. Select radial. Reverse. No, leave it like that. Scale it up. No. About 288. Okay. Now you want to do another fill, but with a solid color. Mode, overlay. I'll just put blue. BG. Okay. I think I had something quite a bit darker here. Okay, go back in here. Your gradient. Click on it. Oh, yeah, do that. I'm gonna try to get some of the white out of it. But we don't want that black. Maybe something dark like that. I think we need to bring our scale down. think it's scaled up too high. Okay. It may still be a little scaled a little bit higher than the original, but you kind of understand. Yeah, because if I take this off, you can kind of see the original was a bit greener and softer. So go back up here. Click on our color here. Just want to get more green out of it. It's kind of hard to do. Get a bluish green. You gotta mix layers. See, it's kind of got like a green tint around it, but it's still not quite green enough. So what we'll do is do another fill layer. We'll call this one green BT. Now this is a little different than how I did the first one, but I'm just doing this so I can get the green into it. Okay, now set overlay on that. So you see there's a little bit more green, but this blue is still too bright. That line in there is still too harsh. Like I said, I'm not, I've been doing Photoshop for 6 months. I'm not the greatest, but I'll try to keep up to other people you may watch their videos. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is merge these layers. As you see, it's quite different as far as the color is darker. So let's see if we can do another fill layer. We'll put this one to multiply. Yeah, see, we can, I think that'll give us the darkness we need. Yeah, it's better. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just to get some of the white back into it. Rasterize this layer. And I got my brush to 0 hardness, so not sure why it's not erasing it. Let me try to erase it. Yeah, maybe what I have to do. Turn on hardness. That's not that great. I was pushing Control Alt Z there. I'm on PC. It's not the greatest, but like I said, I'm not going to spend a lot of time just trying to show you about how I did this. Anyway, there's not totally 100% the same thing. No, we don't want to more merge, but it's kind of close. Color's just a little different. The radial's different. Maybe that's what I need. Let me try one more layer. Fill gradient. I'll just say green, green, peachy. Okay, see, that's radial this one. Scale it out. Okay. Let's just try to get darker in that green. Maybe it's not green I need. Maybe it's dark, real dark blue to overlay it. Okay. Let's try to get that to overlay. It's still kind of blue, but it'll work. It'll work. I'm not going to waste a lot of time on it. Anyway, that's basically how it's background. But now you see in the 3D menu. I'll go back and turn that on. I really don't like how this controls this. But it's like when I click on this, it will not want to do it. Okay, I got this text here. I'll show you what that is. It is this text right here. I'll type it out. It is OCR. It's not it. I gotta stretch this out. ASTD. So that's the font. OCR ASTD. It's just kind of a digital looking font. That's why I went with it. I'm gonna open a new window. I don't know why it's saying that. Here, let me just duplicate. I think this was like a 400 by 200. It's not a big file. Go ahead and bring this over. Bring that to the bottom. Okay. Now, I'm going to take all this off. If it will let me, maybe it won't let me. No, it's freezing up. Okay, got that turned off. Now, I'll go type in 3D. Why is it doing all this today? Did it not type? What the heck? I don't know why it won't let me pull from the damn corners. Bullshit. Take the size down to 50. 3D. Capitalize that. Okay. Kind of to the middle. I'm just going to go ahead and extrude that. Now you see how it's got this messy, almost like the UV mesh, coming and twirling and twisting. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you how to get that into the extrusion. You'll need to go, if you don't have all of these options when you click the gear, you will need to go to 3D and click get more content. This will bring you to Adobe's Photoshop content site. It has a list of their partners who they have downloadable 3D content. What you would want to do is go to download materials here, and then it's going to, you follow through and it's going to give you a link, and you'll just download it and it'll automatically link it into Photoshop. So next time you open Photoshop, when you go to your materials and hit the gears, you'll have these options. Now, I went to the fun. Which is the one I'm already on. I scroll down to this, almost like a ball of yarn looking. Okay, it looks kind of weird right now, you know. But you get the idea how it's got the mesh. Okay. So now we're gonna go back up to our 3D image. We're gonna max out our extrusion, but I don't know why it doesn't have the bar on here. It will take forever that way. I don't know how high it can go either. I know it goes high. 2500, okay. You see how it's getting more messy the farther it goes out. Okay, we want to set this here to type. And then what we're going to do is go here to your deform. You want to twist 149 degrees. 149. 29. Okay. And you want to taper it down till you kind of. I want to get this off here. Just V. It's not taking it off there. Okay. Back to 3D deform. Well, it's not letting me take it off, but I don't know why it's stuck on there. Maybe I can. I don't know. Anyway, there's when you go to taper, you can't see it because this is in the way. I could see it on mine. I don't know why. On the first one, I don't know why it's not letting me take this off. But you'll have a circle in the middle, and the taper will adjust that circle. I'm just gonna ignore it right now. Turn this on shear. Oh, no, not that far. Just 2. And 2. It just gives it more of a lifted twist. Okay. Not gonna worry about all this right now. Well, I'll just go ahead and set it. We are gonna set it to like 2%. We don't want it to be too big. Or, yeah, I think I did set the. No, we don't want the bevel to be too big. Okay. Now that's how you get the extrusion, but we still got to get the blue color. So we'll just go here and click somewhere around in that light and dark blue, and, you know, kind of get that. And then you go here to the illumination and search around the same area. You know, same general area anyway. But you see that circle right there? That's what I was talking about with the taper. It gives you that, you know, winding effect. Okay, so we got the general blue mesh. And We want to take the shine down. We want to take the bump down. We want to take the refraction down. We want to take the opacity down to like 75. Somewhere around there anyway, 75, 74. Close enough. And that's how we get the extrusion effect. And you see it's generally the same. I haven't done any adjustments really like I have on this one. I spent a lot of time on this one. I'm not going to spend that much time on this one. Okay, so now we want to go to the front inflation. And we want to give it this texture that I have here, which is kind of cool. I think it'd be cool if Adobe would let me offer it to their services or something like that, but it's a pretty cool 3D matrix digital texture, I guess. So how we're going to get that is, first we want to just take this to plastic and let's click black here. Let me remind you, you need to go download if you don't have these. Just click up here and get more content like I explained earlier in the video. So now we're going to put the numbers in there and then we'll adjust it to be more like how this is. Okay, and to get the numbers, it's a process that involves just typing the numbers out yourself pretty much. I already have the texture right here, number texture. I'm gonna go ahead and open that up. And you see it brought it right on there. Okay. I mean, if I rendered it would be a lot clearer. I might go ahead and do that just to show you what we're working with so far. As you can see, it's not really rendered out right. Not yet. But we'll get there. And one thing about this mesh, I spent more time trying to make this mesh look clear and, you know, just perfect, you know, and I haven't figured out a way to get it crystal clear, no matter how long I wait and render. So maybe you can figure something out. If you do, please post in the comments, because I really would like to have it a lot clearer, and I think that would make it more better of an animation in the long run. But okay, now we're going to go up here and we're going to click edit texture, and if I zoom in, you can see it's a bunch of numbers, 1 0 0 1 0 0 1 0. And it's in the same kind of color that I did the mesh extrusion, I guess you could say. Now I'm gonna open a new layer to kind of show you how I did this. And this doesn't really matter, this red. This was just the background so I could see the numbers better. It made me keep the lines in between them. It helped me keep the lines in between the numbers perfect. And as you can see, this is a perfect tiling pattern. It's equal on each side, and we line up on top of each other and side to side perfectly. And that's how you want your textures to be. That way you can't see flaws in it. But I may figure out a way to offer this texture. I mean, once people see this video, it's going to be real easy to recreate, I'm sure. But I mean, because here I can show you how to, I used the same go ahead and delete that I just did. I used the same font. I used the same font as what we're doing the 3D text in, and the same color, which is the fourth one on here, as what I'm doing the 3D mesh. I think I took it down to 12. Yeah, I do believe 12. And I just went through and went crazy on the numbers. I can know exact formation, just very, very random. And then when I had 4 rows, I just duplicated. I figured 4 rows was enough to not be repetitive. But that's pretty much how the texture was made. And once you make it out in whatever size you do, just save it to your desktop or wherever, and when you go to need it, it'll be right there where you need it at, and just click right on diffuse and put it right in there. Like hold on, I gotta put some texture back on and take the red off. I'm going to save that. And I got my texture back. Okay. Now I want to go into 3D. I want to hit my front inflation. Now I want to, I'm completely random on the colors. I just try to get as close as I can to same color. Because, like I said, I don't remember all the stuff that I do, so. And we'll go and do the same thing here. Just try to get it. But hold on. Let me look back here, because we don't want it. Yeah, we want it to be kind of the same color, but we don't. We want to be able to see our numbers. You know, we want to be able to see the numbers, so it's kind of a trick getting a different color, but different enough to do what you need it to do. Let me see here, I don't know what's going on, why it's taking my numbers off. Let me see if I'm just too wrong with the color. Yeah, I'm too into the same color. I think what I need to do is take all this down, because I do have it down on mine. And I was going to do that anyway. Take the opacity up to 75. You can see how the numbers start to come back. But I need them back more than that. I'm just going to go back every now and then and kind of review on the colors. Because like I said, I'm completely random on the colors. I spend a lot of time just trying to match it up, because I could go here and it would take forever. But what I can do, that's cheating, that won't really show you anything, so I'm not going to do that. It's got me troubled here on how these are similar, but you can still see the numbers very clear. So I'm just going to go into my 3D layer. And I'm going to look at the front inflation. And you can see everything's down, opacity 72. With these colors. And you see I'm just going to go save this as a new material. Oh, that's wrong. New material. 3D. I'm just going to put numbers. And that'll put that on here. So I'm going to go back here. Like I say, you can make your own custom numbers texture, but that's going to be mine. And I could go from here and adjust colors, but it's not really cheating because that's my own texture and it's going to remain on here, so I just figured I'd save it anyway. Okay, so there you got the 3D numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and try to render this out and see what it looks like so far. But as you see, even when I did this one, it don't render out well. I'll even show you on this one. I mean, maybe that's something somebody out there could figure out, a way to clean all this up and make it render out better. But I mean, it's got straight lines. It's just, I don't know. I think it could be better. I think it could render better. But we got what we got. So we're gonna go to the bevel. We're gonna lighten this bevel up. So we got, a line that's gonna break everything off, and it's gonna join with the mesh. It's gonna kind of be the edge that, it's almost like the numbers in 3D is the end of the digital train, or whatever you want to call this. But this line that I just put in for the bezel, it's what's going to break the numbers in the mesh up. So it's like the number is the head of the mesh. So in all the 3D text is like the head of the snake or train, or whatever you want to call this spinning, twirling mess here. Okay. So now that we have that, which is a lot like this, maybe not as great, maybe better, who knows. It don't look good right now because it's not rendering. It's not rendering it. We'll try it again here. Hold on. I'm gonna take all this down. All this don't need to be up. Okay, I'll try it again. I just want to try to get this to look a little bit better, so when we go to putting together the timeline for the animation, I'll show you how I did that. It just looks a little better. As you see, it does get better, but I think it could be better. And like I said, maybe somebody out there will figure out how to do that. I've messed with it for a few hours and I haven't figured out a way to make the mesh look any sharper. I'm just going to stop that render. And I'm going to go and open my timeline. Go back to my layers. Guess I got 2 3D layers here. I don't know what this other one is, but I'm going to delete it. Okay, and this is going to be about, we're going to just stretch it out to 6 seconds for start. It's only going to be 3 seconds by the time we're done, but it just makes it easier if you spread it out a little bit to do your animation before you shorten it up. Now, I'll say we'll be at this position here. About 4. So I'm just going to go ahead and go down to my 3D mesh. Go ahead and hit the stopwatch and leave a keynote right there. Keyframe, keynote, whatever you want to call it. It just tells the timeline that at this point in time that it'll be at this view, I guess you could say. And for this type of animation, you need to be using 3D meshes. and then right where your image is, which I got 3D because that's the text, and that's what it defaulted to. All these other things we're not going to talk about in this video, but they are for other things that this video is not going to include. This is just going to, we're just going to use the 3D meshes, 3D right here for this video. Okay, so now we want to go back to the 3-second frame. And I wish they had more of a select frame option instead of just open freely. I wish it actually clicked on the frames, that way it was more accurate. But anyway, now we want to go ahead and enter 3D mode. And we want to I don't know why, but where is my heads up weird thing? I wish I knew all the hotkeys, because I hate when things disappear like that. But anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use this one, because it does similar to the same thing. But I want to rotate this. Oh, I see the problem now. It's got me selected down here. Okay. I tried to rotate the wrong way, but we don't want to go that way, actually. We want to go this way. And we don't quite want to go that far. We have something we need to scale this down. I hate some of these things that Photoshop has here. It pisses me off. This thing should be not in the middle, because the scale that's the stupidest spot for a scale. And I understand being in the middle, but no, this is not quite spinning the same way that my other one did. It's got more of a tilt to it. So what we're going to need to do is go back, delete this node, delete this node, turn the stopwatch off, go to our extrusion. Or no, we don't need to go there. We need to go to a 3D, deform. And we're just going to take this shear down to 1 if we can. And we'll see how that rotates. I hate this thing right here. Stupid. It's all in the way. Okay, we'll see how this rotates. It's better. That's about how we want it. Okay. So that's how you change that of your radius where it spins. So now we want to go back to the, we'll just stick it at the 3. We'll say it'll be here at 3. So we'll go ahead and keynote that. And we'll go down to and we want to spin this, but we don't want to spin it quite 180 degrees. Because if you spin it over 180 degrees, it's not going to go the right way. So you want to spin it anywhere before 180 degrees. So right there would be generally a good spot. And we'll check to make sure we can see our degrees. But I'm going to go ahead and scale this down too. And go ahead and play that. And I don't believe it's spinning the right way. We'll see if it changes here. Yes, it is. It's going the right way because the D would go up next. Okay. Yes, it's going the right way. And then, as I said, you can check your. You can check your degrees if you go up here to your coordinates, and it says 145, so that's under 180. So I'll go down to 1 second. And I want to spin this again, but not quite 180 degrees. So I'm going to say about right there. 104, I can go more than that. And if you just keep this up, it'll show you. 97, 75, I don't know, I took quite that far. 112. I can go up more than that. It may just be. Let me see. Yeah, I can go more than that because up here. So let's just play that and make sure that's right. Nope, that's not right. Let me see. So let's go back there. Just bring it back this way. Or hold on, let me make sure we're even in the right spot here. Okay. It's upside down. So on this one we want it to be almost right side up. So we'll keep spinning it a little bit more. That should be about right. We'll go ahead and play that. Yeah. Like I said, this ain't completely the same. Hold on. Yeah. You see how it started going back this way? That's because we went over the 180 degrees axis somewhere. But anyway, that's how you put the whole video together, and you just every frame you want to do a flip, but you don't want to go quite 180 degrees, and you want to move it, scale it in one direction more, whichever way you're trying to go out. If you're trying to, if you're trying to bring it towards the screen. Every frame that you set, you would want to bring it more toward the screen. So I think you can kind of understand that. But when you go and get all your frames, how I'm getting it, one on each line here, you'd want to go ahead and stretch this out to where you can see 15 frames. You want to move them down to them 15 frames. So you move that one down there. You would move this one to 1 second because you want it to be every 15 frames, and there's 30 frames per second. So, every 15 frames you want one in keynotes, and that's gonna predict your speed. If you see, if I go back now, this might be wacky because I was just moving any notes, but you can see the closer they are, the faster to move. After it renders up a little bit, I'll show you that. And like I said, I was just putting any notes together, so it's not going to go in one way. Okay, now I'll play that back over and show you. It's still going kind of laggy, so anyway, that's how you can see it speeding up a little bit more. But that's how you determine the speed, by moving them notes closer together. If you want to move fast, you want the notes to be closer together. If you want to move slow, you want them to be farther apart. Pretty easy to understand. Okay. Now when you get ready to render this video out, when you're done making all your adjustments or changes, however you go about doing this, and whatever you put the text as, and however you go about it, you want to click here to render your video. And these options are all your own to choose. I like to use QuickTime because it actually gives you more options than what other formats do here. Just if you want all the frames that you got laid out, just click all frames, or you can click your work area. Now this here is for animation that we don't need, so, and then this is your rendering. I'm sure you know if you're used to videos, but I went with the draft when I made the video that I showed you. I'm gonna try final and see what that comes up with. Maybe it'll be a little bit cleaner. I don't know. Like I said, if I do, I'll put the link in the comments and you'll have it there to see it. Anyway, I hope y'all like that. If there's anything I missed about this that you'd like to know, just let me know, and I'll reply. So leave something in the comments, like the video, subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a good day.